I got into. I realized last night someone posted something about Iran, right? And why are we over there? And the dude was actually asking a legitimate question. He's like, "Hey, I don't normally post on political stuff. I'm just curious, like, why? Like, how did this all start? Why did we even kill that dude?" And I don't, I pay attention a little bit to the news and I read certain stuff, but I mean, I don't really know. I found out quickly being on that post, I didn't know half of what some of them people know. Like, you know what I mean? They were talking about this one dude posted a thing that I shared on there, like going back 10 years. Like it started 10 years ago with like Iran bombing like some oil tanker from England. Like, it's just all kinds of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And who knows if it's true or not, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, well, like, we didn't kill him because he's Iranian. We killed him because he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
Like, that's my understanding from what I've heard.
Exactly.
And don't you know, like, 8 seconds later, some dude comments and goes, well, you're a terrorist. Aren't you in the KKK? To me, I'm like, well, no. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's hard to talk
just
about
that quick, I
that.
put something on there, and because I the word terrorist, I think, got him worked up. Mm-hmm. And, like, yeah, I agree, the KKK are terrorists. Yeah. Right? I mean, if you look, like, I'd have to look up the definition of what terrorist means, but I think people that are in the KKK would qualify.
Yeah, they cause terror and harm.
Yeah,
hatred.
Kill people, and so I just quickly realized, like, I actually Jessica Coover said hi. And, the point is like, I instantly, like, felt defensive about that. Like, why would that guy even say that about me? Like, doesn't he know me? And then you know the answer to the question?
What?
No, hell no, he don't know me.
Oh, he didn't know you?
Well, no, he might know me on Facebook. But he doesn't know.
Facebook, or?
I think so.
But you're not really close.
Or we had a mutual friend, like the person that posted it,
something to do with real estate,
or
maybe.
something. And the person that he knew was the one that posted it. And but like, he doesn't know me. Like, it might be a legitimate question. Like, he might just look at me and go, "Here's a white guy with a bald head commenting on Iran and using the word terrorist." Like,
yeah.
And it goes the same way. Like, I don't know what his perspective is. I don't know that guy. So, like, why would I be mad? Like, obviously he feels a certain way for a good reason.
Yeah.
Without me knowing where he's coming from, it's hard for me to appreciate his perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about that the other day when you what did you say? You posted something on Facebook about
posted
football.
about the Eagles, and I don't want, after the day you're coming home,
Yeah.
your playoffs are done, and I don't want no Eagle fans commenting.
And a lot of that stuff is like playful.
And it was playing
like,
around, but what happened with the post was someone started saying some stuff that was outside to my character.
Yeah.
And I just really wasn't feeling that. And then it kind of messed like 6 hours of my day. I mean, between me and you, we can be honest, Facebook.
Yeah.
So me and you started going at it.
Yeah.
Because you wanted a haircut. I was already upset.
Yeah.
And I got home and I was like, yo, man, like, I'm putting myself in harm's way by putting these posts up, because when I post something like that, it just brings out everybody. The same people that don't like your pictures of you and your family, you and your daughters, or you doing something good. As soon as you post something else like that, they can jump on you and attack you. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're waiting. You know what I mean? They're sitting there waiting for you to post something so they can jump on it. But you can post a picture of you and your daughter, and they don't even hit the like button.
Yeah.
So to me, that's weird. Like, but you'll come on a negative topic and then try to get your little blows
so
in.
my whole point is I think you just got to stay away from controversial topics.
Yeah, your post, man. I don't do politics on Facebook at all.
But it can be anything controversial. Yep. You know what I mean? Like,
even football, man.
Football can get. I mean, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't get heated, but
you ought to be able to post something about football. But the instant someone starts taking it to a place to where it feels personal, just check out. Like, don't even respond.
But these guys actually think they play for the teams that they like. Like, they take it like the Eagles know them.
You know what I mean?
The Eagles, like, the organization, really, like, they don't know you. Like,
I actually cheer for that. Like, I clap for that. I think that's a great job by the NFL getting people to buy so. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, somebody did that.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's a great job by the NFL getting
my
people
team.
to.
They say it's my team.
We won.
Nah, you didn't win.
Nah.
Yeah, they don't even know who you are.
I probably say it.
It's okay if you say it like, okay,
we're better than you.
But it's not that. These guys will argue for 3 hours.
Jessica has a good point. You can't control what people post, but you can control the way you react. So I think the lesson.
I'm not a good reactor. I'm sorry.
But so get better at it.
So I know not to.
But get better at it.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
That's like Yes, like one way to do that is just not interact, not post stuff. But like you ought to be able to be on Facebook and share funny stories or joke because you had tagged people in that Eagles thing. Like that's. Yeah, you're a Giants fan. Like
but see, here's the thing. I tagged non-Eagle fans.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to comment. The whole thing was I'm petty. Don't post.
But if you know that, but then you just gotta know
and
that.
They still jumped on the joint. Like you're like, yo, I just told you.
But listen, here's the reality. Here's what it all comes down to. When with Facebook, like we're friends with people on Facebook. Mm-hmm. There's people that are friends with people that we're friends with that are on Facebook that see what we post. And they don't understand our perspective. Like, they don't know what you've been doing for the last 10 years, your business, or why you have plans to invest in real estate and how hard you're working to save money.
I'm not going to bring that
up. But you know what I'm saying? But, like,
understand that.
But my point is that, like, in order for people to be able to understand how we feel about certain things, they need to be able to understand our perspective. Mm-hmm. Like, I have a perspective on parenting that's based on the way that I was raised and my individual relationship with my kids.
Yes, sir.
So if I post something about parenting and you don't agree with it,
that's on you, right?
But it's on both of us. Like you should try to understand people's perspective before you offer an opinion.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. I saw, and this got me worked up just because I thought it was insensitive. Someone posted, now this is a prior military person.
Okay.
A proud U.S. Marine posted the other day a picture of Trump's kids and said, send them to Iran first. Like, you just wishing death on people. You like, really what you're saying is them guys ain't never, like, you're sending what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, you can feel however you want politically, but literally what you're saying is send the president's children that are not trained professionals.
Yeah, but no offense, isn't when you sign up for the military...
They're not in the military.
No, I'm saying when someone signs up for the military, that might happen. You might have to go to war.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole... Like, it's not like... Yeah. Like, when you sign up, you know what you're getting into. Like, you do real estate. So, if you do a flip, you know... You might lose on a flip when you do a flip. Like, there's a possibility.
Yes, it's a little different. It's obviously higher stakes when we're talking about life or death.
And
but it is definitely, and fortunately for 97% of soldiers in the last 50 years, we've never been in a war. I mean, obviously, our occupation in some of these countries and the loss of life and results in the same outcome as war. Like, we've lost a lot of soldiers in Saudi and Iraq and these different places. But my point is like, that dude posted that. I'm like, I mean, I don't care who the kids were or who they're not even kids.
Don't got nothing to do with who their dad is.
And you're basically, when you send them to Iran, you're saying just kill these people.
Yeah, see.
I mean, what do you think would happen to them the first 24 hours?
I don't even get on them posts because then I'll really snap out.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't get on no politics.
But that's what I'm saying.
Don't.
And so I said something like, I posted and I was like, why would you say something like that? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, under what circumstances can you legitimately explain to me why you would send the President of the United States children?
Because they're ignorant.
Whether he's right or wrong.
Their knowledge, they have no knowledge.
But he's obviously, my point is, he's coming from a certain perspective that maybe I don't understand. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't have to choose to understand that.
I know, but I'm saying, like, so without that, what I should have said first before I
say anything back to him.
Yeah, I said this. What are you talking about? This makes absolutely no sense. I said WTH. What the hell? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
What I should have said first is like, yo, like, that's a little rough, man. Like, could you explain why you think that's either funny or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he was making a joke. I don't know. Yeah. That's the problem. I didn't know, and I offered my response and my rebuttal without knowing.
Everyone on Facebook.
Maybe he lost somebody in war, and he's super sensitive to, like, we should be overly confident before we send people to war. Like, I get that. If I lost a loved one or a family member or someone that was close to me at war, like, I'm sure I'd have a different opinion about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that bombing, that was...
My understanding. Listen,
I'm a terrorist, right? Obviously, he was supposedly a terrorist, right?
Depending on not even depending on what articles you read, that person was a general in the Iranian army. Mm-hmm. But my understanding was he has led terrorist attacks on Americans.
And we're mad that we bombed him. Some people are mad that...
Well, because I think they thought it was like a random...
Like, we just went out... Trump went out of his way to get this guy.
And what I've read is they've been tracking this dude, trying to find him for 10 years.
And they had a drone.
And they found him.
A drone hit.
And it was on.
With the remote control.
And it was on.
Yeah, well... See, I don't know. That's why I don't get into it. Because unless I understand 100%, I don't want to get into it.
And then the other part would... Again, there's two sides. Somewhere is the truth. But some people will tell you that the people of... He was also, like... 5 weeks ago, they hang gay people in Iran under this guy's rule.
Yeah.
Like for being homosexual, they hang you.
Oh, wow. Over there. In
Iran.
Yeah.
And he was one of the decision makers. Like, he was, a leader of that and an enforcer of those laws.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I mean,
I just know if I post about that topic, I'm going to get 1,000 comments on it, and then I'm going to get like people actually sharing YouTube videos of
people getting hung and shot and bombings,
and I'm like, dude.
And then I saw. Listen,
no offense, but if you took this same passion
towards
put
something
in your
else,
everyday life, you'd be so much further. But that's what bothers me.
So here's my whole
argue about shit.
If I don't say another thing on this video, what my whole point should be. If you're going to engage in conversation on Facebook, you have to recognize that most of the people that see what you post, that most of the people that are responding to what you post don't know who you are, where you came from, what's working in your life, what's not working in your life, whether you're having a good day, having a bad day. And
so you got to be really careful.
You got to be careful. And it goes for us too. Like, I don't know what that person's dealing with.
Yeah.
So you just have to you should lead with compassion first. Like, you wouldn't walk up to somebody if you overheard a conversation. Think about it this way. This is why Facebook gets us so messed up. If you're sitting in the food court at the Galleria and you overhear, you're not listening to it because Facebook, we overhear conversations. You tag 9 people on that, so right?
You might have jumped in.
But you overheard a conversation on a thread.
Yeah.
Those people did. Yeah. It wasn't intended for them, but they saw it. So it's like eavesdropping.
Yeah.
But if Facebook promotes it, right?
To eavesdrop.
but imagine you're sitting in the food court and that happens, and you walk over to someone's table and start getting in an argument with them. You would never do something like that.
No.
But we do it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you do it in person?
Because there's consequences in person.
Yeah, there's consequences. And you're embarrassed. You would actually be embarrassed to say, hey, I was eavesdropping on your conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta listen. This, and I'm saying this for myself. I'm saying this for everybody. Like, I see so many people. I could have quickly got into an argument with this guy yesterday when he asked me if I was part of the KKK because I used the word terrorist.
And that happened to you a couple weeks ago at the Rudders about the slot machine.
Yeah, I shared the thing about the slots machine, and people were like,
"It's almost like, can we even say anything without like?"
So you got all I'm saying is. And actually, I thought that was funny. Like, at first, I got, like, offended by it because people were like, you flipping idiot. Like, it's slot machines. What's the big deal? But my point is that you got to be really careful what you put on Facebook.
True.
Yes. And I love it. Like, I put myself out there, but I'm comfortable with people passing judgment on me because I am who I am.
Yeah.
If you think that me going live in the barbershop is corny, then I'm corny.
Then don't.
If you think that if you think me riding in my car talking about real estate every day is self-promoting, or you think that I'm somebody told me the other day was like, all right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
This drove me crazy. He was like, man, I did something 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And it was right after Christmas, and Wayne Scott organized this event down at the Grace Lutheran Church on Jefferson Street in York.
Yes, sir.
And they had a toy drive and a food drive and a coat drive. Yeah. So I rounded up everybody from the office. We went to Walmart. Mm-hmm. And we filled up 2 carts full of coats, 2 carts full of toys, 2 carts full of blankets. It took us an hour to check out at the line.
Mm-hmm.
I spent
whatever. Yeah.
And 3 days later, someone was like, man, that was pretty awesome what you did, but I'd prefer if you didn't put it out there on Facebook. It makes you look like attention hungry. And I said,
well, it's better than you taking selfies in your bathroom.
but hold on.
Come on.
I mean, but so I get that you could feel that way. Like, why not do it and move in silence?
Without getting recognition.
I'm proud of shit that I'm doing. I'm not doing it because I want somebody to come up to me. But the other part is, you know how
by you posting, that might inspire
somebody else to do it. Like, so damn, I feel weak. This guy's out here doing this every day.
Let me help.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you
and the person that sent it to me is a dear friend.
Yeah.
And he didn't feel that way.
On Facebook, or he said
he said it to my face.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, man, it's not me, but people could feel. And I said, well, those people that feel that way, I'm not worried about.
And you can't worry about that, because at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do and live with your actions, and you help.
Bro, we gave
else
away probably 100 coats. We donated like 200 toys. We donated like 50 blankets. Like,
well, while we're talking about what we did, so the other day, Christmas Eve, I'm not going to say names who I dropped it off to, but I took about a bag and a half of older clothes, but it were good clothes. I just ain't wearing no more.
Yeah.
I dropped them off at this guy's house. He's a powerful man in York. He does a lot of things for the community. I didn't want no recognition for it.
Right.
I still don't want no recognition for it. I did it, but it made me feel good. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. I could have had Megan take the picture of me dropping the bag off at his porch, and then I could have put another picture, and I could have put a whole story together. But I didn't. But what I'm saying is, I felt good about that. You know what I mean? That's all you got to worry about is what you feel.
But so my point is if you can honestly look at me and say he did this great thing,
let me help out.
But hold on, if the worst thing you said about it is if I did it for the wrong reasons, so what? Even if
you still did it,
it's wrong.
You still help people.
It's wrong for them to feel that way, because I feel like I'd legitimately, like, you go into my office and you ask people, if you go in and you ask people why does this company do what they do, they will tell you because Eric wants to have a positive impact on the lives of the people in his community.
Exactly.
That's why we do whatever we do.
You sponsor, you do.
But it's wrong for me to do T-shirts. It's wrong for me to. Like, come on, man. That's like saying, but that's like, hey, hold on. You can't tell everybody that, because some people paid $20 for that.
Okay.
So you got.
I'm your barber.
That's
true.
You look good. But listen, so my point is like, that's how twisted stuff gets on Facebook. He didn't make that up. Like, somebody probably said something to him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's up with your boy? Like,
what's up with your boy?
He's Santa Claus. He's out here playing Santa Claus and putting it on Facebook. Like, if he really wanted to do it for the right reasons, he wouldn't have people recording it. Well, first, like, okay. But, like, that's just giving you an example of something that comes from such a good place can be so twisted.
They twist it into the negativity, and they try to find negativity out of it.
So I'm not going to be able to change that.
No,
you
got to change.
But that puts it into perspective
for you, and lead, and hopefully people will see that and try to emulate that. You know, the good
I see the post all the time, and some of this I understand. They were like, before you post, you helping on Facebook, like a picture with a homeless person, or you handed money to them. Like, how would you like to be on Facebook at the lowest point of your life? I could go either way. I'm like, damn, that is true. Or I'm also thinking, like,
on YouTube all the time.
But I'm also thinking to myself, like, if I'm sleeping on the streets and someone hands me $10, I ain't worried about, like, pride got to be put to the side at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You might feel a certain kind of way.
But I've never seen you do that.
I don't, but it's the philosophy.
I've never seen you post a picture of someone on the street.
You honestly, so I'm going to tell you this. The people that post that stuff, and that is from what I can tell, don't give anybody anything. Yeah. So it's easy to say, hey, when you donate thousands of dollars of your money to people, like, you should do it completely in silence. I've actually done that stuff for 15 years and never told anybody about it. And it was someone that inspired me. A personal friend and a business coach of mine was like, why don't you talk about that stuff? And I said, you know what I said? I was like, man, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, I'm not doing it for the credit. He said, yeah, but like what your exact point was, he goes, do your people that work here know that what they do contributes to your ability to be able to, you remember, I think this isn't a secret, but you remember 5 years ago when Carrie and Boys Club got ripped off for all that money?
Yeah.
And guess who put the money up so they could play AAU that season? Me. So, but I actually told him, I was like, I don't want anybody to know. Yeah. Like these kids' basketball season, and it was like, honestly, it was $5,000 or something like that.
But if you can do it, that's the whole point in this world. If you could give back, I know when Fred Walker did the park for Boys Club, he taped it, but it was something you want to see though. Like you want to see people in the community doing good things. Like why would I not want to know what somebody is doing to help out? It might inspire you.
Like people know it. You think that money just showed up?
Exactly.
Like my point is like the people in my business count on the success of our business to feed their families. And if me sharing, like, wouldn't you want to know, like, if you buy a house from me or you sell a house to me and you know that I give back to the community and you're considering 2 or 3 different businesses, wouldn't that be part of your decision-making process?
Yes. 100%.
So, like, by sharing it, like, two things. One,
a good person.
Yeah. You know one, the people that work with me and for me feel good about where they work.
Yes.
They're like, man, like me working late tonight, like not only helps us do a deal or sell a house or buy a house, but like I know if we do well and we continue to do well, the leader of the company and this company is gonna help out with local charities and I'm working on this thing now. I thought of it too late today, but we got plenty of winter left. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna partner up with a guy that does snow removal. Yeah. And when we have snow removal, we're gonna go to like older folks' places where they live and different places to where they need snow removal. You know how like hard that is on people?
Yeah.
Like you know how many older people live in town that either rent or own a house and can't shovel their own sidewalk? Definitely. Like plenty. And the problem is they actually go do it because if they don't, they'll get fined.
Yeah.
And they're too old to be out there. So we're going to figure out a way to have like you can not volunteer, but you can suggest like, hey, I'm going to put it out on Facebook. I'm going to do a video and say anybody you know that like, maybe it's a mom that works 2-3 jobs and she ain't home and the kids are at school or whatever, or a single mother that whatever, or someone too old to. But like, in order for me to do stuff like that, it takes money. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So, like for me, as long as my business continues to do well,
and if you can do it, do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's better that somebody can do it than somebody like that might be less fortunate can't do that.
So to me, like,
so it's not a. I think they get mad because upset like. Well, I don't have the money to do it. He's showboat. That's maybe how they look at it, but that's not what it is.
That's like, just a weird way to look at it to me.
But people don't like when other people have stuff, man.
So you know what the lesson is there for me?
When I see you got real estate, I feel like I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Even though maybe I'm not, you ain't threatened, but I feel like. Yo, I could be like him. I could get some houses. I could get some rentals. So why can't I?
The only difference is...
you just got to have the mindset. I don't look at you and be like, man, I wish he didn't have all these properties, man. That's messed up. Or, man, I wish he didn't have, a great business. Or, like, be happy for people doing stuff because they can give opportunities that maybe you can't.
If my business stunk, I wouldn't come in here and tell you all the stuff I do. I'd try to keep to myself.
You wouldn't get haircuts. You wouldn't have money, so that hurts me.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I don't know why people got to change.
That's why, like, you saw how I recently have started showing an interest in church.
Yes.
It wasn't really about me looking for Jesus or like this, new, like, overwhelming belief in God. I ran into Pastor Danny.
Yeah, y'all had that.
And what he talks about is not even like so much about like God and Jesus. I mean, obviously he does. But what he talks about is just how to live your life. I was watching today, and he does this Wednesday's Word with Danny, and what he was talking about is God intended you just to be a good person. Mm-hmm. And if you believe that you're intended and your sole purpose on this world is to be a good person, you start to live your life a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like you become a giving soul. Like And when you live there's not a whole lot of people out there that you could honestly say that live their life the right way and legitimately struggle. Like if you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at people that are just good people, like they have more blessings than they have challenges.
Yeah. And it's
Why
crazy.
do you think that is?
Yeah.
It's just the right way to live.
And it's crazy you say that. I talked to my landlord this morning, and she goes, you know what, Brandon, I don't know what you've been through. I know you've been through some stuff. I know your past hasn't been perfect, but I see you're trying to do better, and you're trying to live a certain way. And I'm going to here's this opportunity. I'm not going to get into the opportunity she's doing for me, but she said, because I see how you're living now, that you deserve a chance because somebody gave me a chance. That's what my landlord said. So, like, to me, that was like, wow. Like,
because you're doing things differently.
Yeah, like she sees I'm walking different. People were saying,
Yeah.
a lot of people got on my post and was like, you know, don't let people get you off sidetracked. You got so much going for you. And it's just reassuring, and it feels good to hear that like you're doing the right thing. And there's still people out there that think
What's up,
Brandon,
Matt Marshall?
there's still some people out there that think Brandon's Brandon.
Jolie, how you doing?
And that's cool. But, you know, all I can do is live to the best of my ability.
You know why?
now.
You know why you and I got into that conversation the other day? Did you after you got done being frustrated? You know what I was really trying to teach you?
Yeah.
What?
Just like what I posted and how I said it, and how, you know, just the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got it right away, and I was. Like,
It didn't have anything to do like that was me, and you know why? You know why I responded that way and wasn't just like, fuck you, Brandon, because I've been here.
Yeah.
For a year with you, listening to you tell me what you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's my whole point about Facebook. Is you got to listen. Hold on, you got to stay away from putting things out on Facebook because people only see like people they don't post anything on Facebook or they share like funny articles and then all of a sudden one day you see them put out like, you know, all men are cheaters or women lie. And then you see it, and you're like,
"Yeah, these guys."
What's wrong with this guy? Yeah. Well, but it's what I'm saying is
they're quoting other people's like I don't
or commenting on other stuff.
If
like,
somebody's post
listen,
it's all quotes about.
Make sure that you understand the challenges with Facebook is when you say something. A screenshot is a powerful thing. And I've seen people put something on Facebook and go, oh, man, that don't sound right. Or someone responded a certain way and they delete it. Yep. And someone screenshotted it and it lives on forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you act on Facebook, whether you post something or make sure, like what I always say to people that work with me is before you send an email, read it out loud. Mm-hmm. Before you post something on Facebook, whether it's a comment, whether it's a post of your own, whether it's an article that you're sharing, make sure that you would feel comfortable saying that same thing to person and to their face.
I think you cut out.
So that's it. Be careful with Facebook, man.
Yeah.
You people out here, just giving yourself a bad rap for
no
over football teams and
yeah.
and politics that really none of us.
Yeah, we're not in that.
90.
Like,
we're
we
not
don't know what they know in the Secret Service.
But what happens is, what I notice is
really.
people feel a certain way
about
the country's politics right now.
Yeah.
And anytime they see something, they want to they either take it and make it fit what they already believe,
their beliefs are.
or that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they just shut down. So just make sure that you're careful about what you do on Facebook, and just know that when someone posts something, have some compassion, and if you don't really know that person, before you like pass judgment on their opinion or their comment, the first thing you should do is try and understand where they're coming from, because it may have a lot to do with their opinion. Because all this stuff we're talking about, there's actually not a right or wrong. Like, it's not right to be an Eagles fan. It's not wrong to be an Eagles fan. It's a choice.
Yeah.
It's
it's
entertainment.
It's a sad choice, but
it is that, and that's my opinion. But like it's entertainment.
Yeah,
it's like arguing over movies.
About
like you want to argue if you like Training Day and I don't like Training Day, we really gonna sit here and argue about it? I mean, we might argue about it, but that's because we got nothing else to do. That's because it is.
We're gonna talk about stuff to make the world better.
But my point is just listen.
I don't got energy for that.
Stop drawing a line in the sand on Facebook. And believing that you know everything, because you don't. And a lot of the topics and conversations that people have on social media are gray. They're in the gray area.
And we're saying we don't know everything either, but we're not out there trying to act like we do know everything about it.
And even if you feel strongly about something, like my point is like when you comment on someone's post or you reply to one of their comments, you don't know them. You don't know where they're coming from. So we might have two completely different views on something, but I was brought up differently and raised differently than that person, and that shaped our opinions. So just be careful when you comment on stuff on Facebook, because I see a lot of really good people out there that get caught up in these conversations and these comments and get attacked by people on Facebook. And then they, I hear somebody, 2 weeks later, like, yeah, did you see so-and-so on Facebook? What an asshole. Like that person. And I'm like, what? Like, I know them. They're a good, like, that doesn't even sound like them. Yeah. But they saw a little tiny piece, a comment. They saw something trivial that person commented on Facebook, and now they got this opinion of them about a comment on Applebee's failing a health inspection. I mean, that's how trivial it is.
Yeah. And then
you know what I mean?
Or they'll be the first to share something negative. That's another thing.
Just be careful on Facebook. Just don't be careful about how you pass judgment on people about what they post. Like, you never know what their perspective is. You never know what they're dealing with in life. And before you judge people, before you respond to a comment, start with compassion and try and understand where they're coming from. And the first thing you should say is actually a question like, hey, why do you feel that way? Could you explain it to me? And I promise you'll have better conversations. You'll have better relationships. You won't run the risk of having someone, write you off because they saw something you commented on Facebook. And, for the most part, we're all good people. We want to do the right thing. So don't get caught up in a Facebook conversation and run the risk of, maybe, having somebody develop a negative opinion of you.
Yeah.
I mean, our life's all about relationships. Like our success in business relies on relationship. Our happiness with our family and our children and our spouse, all, is a relationship. So you don't want to have some people silly conversation on Facebook eliminate, you might never become friends with somebody. This is no bull. You might never become friends or get close with somebody because they saw you make some off-color comment on a heated political or sports or some type of post, and they're like, this person's racist, or they're stupid, or they don't support the president, or they do support the president.
You talk about this president. You talk
like
about
I can tell you, I'm a 44-year-old white person, right? Every time I comment on something, everybody assumes I support President Trump. Like it's instant because of my appearance. So I'm real careful about and then when you support Trump, people assume that you are a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just be careful about how you interact on Facebook. It's become real life. Like who you are on Facebook is what people are using to decide
if you get that job or not.
Yeah. Sean Hawkins, who's that? What the F is this BS? Case in point.
I don't even know who that is.
Like, what about girls? GIFs, because the way GIFs are good. I'm banging the speakers. Hold on.
I'm so confused.
Deshaun, what's up? How you doing?
Is that your friend or my friend? Did you tag me or does it?
I don't know.
Did
I'm
you
not
tag
sure.
me?
That's all you, I'm guessing.
No, did you tag me though?
I don't think so.
Then that's all you, baby.
Nah. Sonia, we like GIFs. GIFs is actually a great. If you feel like you want to comment,
was my husband in the setup?
Because the way my husband is set up, I communicate almost exclusively with GIFs and memes. Because I think it's a good way to get your point across with a little humor.
There you
go. Uh-oh.
Put your tongue down. Yeah.
When you hit those keywords in, text them in to 200 to see if you can get that money.
What is this BS he said?
Oh,
maybe that was a joke, like saying.
Oh, the hell doctor all day. Oh boy, we have to do some house cleaning here in a little bit. I don't know. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying now.
You drinking?
You never know.
D, were you drinking already? Killing.
Yeah, we in here. We killing it, right,
Brandon?
Killing it. Yeah. Deshaun, where you at right now? Where you coming from? You in York? You getting a haircut today? You gonna go see the barber this week? The stylist this week? You getting your hair done? You getting a shape up? What's up? See, that's how you gotta understand people's perspective. Yeah. I'm gonna practice what I preach, right?
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Do that again.
Better and more fun than ever. Solve thousands of fun puzzles, collect tons of cute characters, and even watch feature film quality.
I'm hoping he was saying it like he was joking, like, what is this BS, like, because of what we were talking about.
Hard telling.
That's what I'm thinking.
You don't know me, forget it.
How do you get on there? You don't even know. Yeah.
Deshaun, I hope you have a great day. Love you. Hope you have a beautiful day. God bless you. God bless your family. I hope everything's going well. They were coming for you, Brewer. I know. Tell them, Jack. They came for me. They came for me on Facebook. So, listen, just be careful about what you do on Facebook. People are watching. Your kids are watching. The stuff lasts forever. These days with the internet, what you post on Facebook today will be around for
20 years, 30 years.
as long as it's going to be longer than that.
MySpace is gone.
Not really. People still dig it up.
Somebody posted
So
some pictures
that's
on
all. Just Eric. This is Brittany, Dr. Williams, MA, letting you know your results were positive for. What?
Whoa! Whoa!
See what I'm saying? Like, who is this person?
Yo, I'm done. Yo, get off there, man. ASAP. Wait a minute. Could not get a hold of you.
Ooh, all right, so I got to take some of my own medicine, no pun intended. This is why, you see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
What are you talking about? Like, that's a burner account. You know what I'm saying? That's a burner account.
Remember that name.
I will. I don't know, Jack. So whoever knows Brittany Bowers, shoot,
What is going on?
I don't know,
You
man.
guys talk that shit right up. It got worse.
Dude, I don't even know
We
who
were
that
good for the
is.
first 15 minutes. Now it's like, I don't even know. If
She
you
did almost get me to say, is that a pat smear? Hey, Brittany, clearly you don't even have a job because HIPAA laws would have you sued. Stop being a... See, babe, you got to slow down,
You gotta
Sonya.
slow down, Sonya. That's what they want you to do.
They got Sonya snapping right now.
Did she see
She went
what
to
it said?
HIPAA laws. Yeah, would have you sued. Stop being a troll. People were weirdos.
Damn.
So listen, this proves my point.
Yeah.
This
Ain't got nothing. Go get a job.
This proves my
about
point.
that?
You know, now you getting sensitive now. Listen,
Nah, I'm good. I got it.
I love everybody. I wish everybody the best.
Happy New Year's,
be
man.
careful.
2020, man.
Be careful what you do on Facebook. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. Like right now, that Brittany Bowers person just inherited at least 25, 30 enemies because, you know, a lot of people in this feed are good friends of mine, and they probably looking you up right now.
Oh,
They're probably
Jack's definitely looking.
call
around.
the goddamn cops.
What he said?
the show said call the goddamn cops.
Who is that?
I don't know, but I like him now. All right, but yeah, Tino, I did almost say it out loud. I was reading it and almost said it.
Yo,
Luckily, they
I
misspelled
love
it.
Tino, that was a class.
Listen, but what better way to prove my point?
And
That
that's
person-
is that a real person?
I don't know if that's a.
Can y'all check?
They could have been
Brittany
trying to
Bowers?
be
Is that
funny.
Is that a real person, Brittany?
They could have
Bowers?
been just trying to be funny, but that's not funny. You can't
You can't say
stuff.
that because I was like, wait a minute.
That's
I got
not even
the
my
razor out.
That's
I'm
not
like,
even my doctor's name.
I got
first
the
of all.
razor out. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on a minute.
See what I'm saying? I got kids and stuff. These people, man.
Yeah, man, that's
So
not
just-
cool. That's not even cool to play
Look,
with.
Sonny said, Jack, I'll pick you up in a few. We about to go back to her. Oh, boy.
Oh,
All right, I'm signing off.
We gotta go, man. This getting too
Y'all,
crazy.
hey, listen,
We gotta go.
Jack, and Sonya, go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the video where we talked about just being good people and not judging them based on what they say on Facebook and trying to understand their perspective. Maybe that person is in a really bad place with a really
Yeah.
twisted sense
They
of
might
humor.
have just got evicted and
Yeah, who knows? So, and they're just out
pulled
there.
outside.
They're out there just looking to make someone laugh. Dave Esser, what's up? My man, Dave, freaking Dave got robbed at gunpoint outside his house the other day. He called me.
Oh my god.
Probably because you were posting on Facebook about wearing a gold chain and having a. I'm telling you, man,
Oh, he
Facebook is
posted
a.
that.
I mean, he celebrates sometimes. He's out and
okay.
people take pictures with him. He's got a couple nice cars. He got a real good business. He sent me Dave's post a picture in here. They pistol whipped him over the head. He had blood all down. I grew up with Dave.
Damn.
But he came home from being out that night and someone
to
came home and
suburban
tried to rob him at gunpoint and he resisted, so they smacked him over the head with a gun.
And he got away?
They bled out and ran in the house and the people took off. Man, it's just
That's crazy, man.
a lot of it could have been a lot to do with Facebook. So be careful what you do on Facebook. Make sure that you don't pass judgment on people based on their comments or their posts. make sure that you give everybody the benefit of the doubt and lead with compassion. And by leading with compassion, I mean the first thing you do is from the Best QB Ever Academy. I believe that. That's your boy. And make sure that, that the first question you ask if you disagree with somebody is to ask them to clarify, like, where are you coming from? Why do you feel that
you're
way?
mad late.
I'll go back and watch it.
Kerry, you gotta watch this, but you ain't gonna see them. You gotta tell it.
I'm out of here. Be careful on Facebook. Don't be out there, putting your personal business out there unless you're prepared to deal with some backlash. Make sure that, that when someone posts something you don't agree with, have some compassion and understand where they're coming from. Everybody has a different story. Don't pass judgment on people because of a comment on Facebook.
Mental health is serious.
Mental health is serious. So just make sure that you just be careful out there, y'all. All right? We'll see you.